Okay, welcome to the NicheBuilder Info Product Creation course. In this course, we're going to be teaching you all the necessary steps for you to create, produce, and market an information product on the internet. The information in this course comes from several years of creating, implementing, and selling information products across multiple businesses. This product is about creating information products for sale using the NicheBuilder pre-configured funnel process. Throughout this course, we'll be taking complex processes and breaking them down into bite-sized bits using a step-by-step strategy. That strategy is a simple point A to point B format that will guide you from where you are right now on a journey to creating, producing, publishing, and successfully marketing your information product on the internet. When we look at taking you from point A to point B, there's going to be 4 steps in between. And you'll see that kind of as a recurring theme throughout this course as well. So let's look at point A. Point A is probably where you are right now. You might have an idea or some sort of, inclination towards what you want to do, but you probably don't have any product at all. And point B is the gold at the other end of the rainbow, and that's when you would be selling 5 copies of your info product per day on ClickBank. And then you have the steps in between. So let's look at what those steps might be. Step 1 would be to study this course and create your product framework. Step 2 would be to record and produce your info product audio and video. Step 3 is to assemble the final product and then publish it to the internet. And step 4 would be to create a sales page and sales video and get ClickBank approval. So let's start by taking a look at the mindset and background behind creating an information product. It's often said that we live in a world where information wants to be free. So how do we take that information that we've collected and gathered throughout our lifetime and create something that people would actually be willing to pay for? I mean, the internet's full of information, right? The quickest way is to provide information and strategies that are actively going to improve people's lives. So let's talk about creating products. There are 3 problems that you currently probably have. And as we build your product, we're going to help you solve all 3 of these. Number 1, you probably don't have a tribe. And a tribe is just a group of people that view you as the expert and will take a listen to whatever it is you have to say. Number 2, you probably don't know exactly what main problems your customers have. And number 3, you probably don't know how to sell and market your product. One of the first hang-ups that people have is they think they have to go out and put together all of this extra content in order to make a full product. The fact is, you probably have a lot more to share than you think you do already. Just because you're not a level 10 in your subject doesn't mean that you can't teach your audience an awful lot still. In fact, a person who's been in your field for 8 to 10 years or more most likely won't relate to your audience as well as you will. Why? Well, you relate better because you're much closer to their current situation or starting point, and you have more recently experienced some of their exact frustrations. So the moral of this story is you don't have to be a 10 to teach a 1. You only have to be a 2. Does that make sense? All good marketing is education. Just look at any university in the town that you're living in. They make their money by selling information. The University of Washington here in Seattle, where I'm recording this, has over $4 billion, that's billion with a B, on reserve in just one of their alumni funds. So please don't think for a minute that information isn't valuable. We're educating you here on how to build products, and in turn, you're going to be educating others about the products that you build in your market. At the root of people's information needs, you have to look at what are the people looking for. Well, generally, they're looking for more knowledge in a particular field. And this knowledge helps them become better at X. Let's look at it this way. Who would you describe as your ideal customer? Your best customer is going to be the person who finds you online, knows from memory exactly what they want, they've memorized and then purchased all of the options, and then they put their credit card online without you ever being involved, right? That sounds like a pretty good customer to me. Well, this ideal customer could be for any item. So let's use a visual example from the offline world or the real world. Let's assume that they're purchasing a red Ford F-150 with a lift kit, 44-inch tires, window tint, navigation, and an MP3 player. So how do they know that they want all those things? Why not just buy the base model? How does that person actually acquire the knowledge to get to that point? Well, they're either really stupid and they're just buying every option because they think it looks cool, or more likely, well, sometimes I wonder, but more likely they're highly educated about the product or service that they're buying and they see value in all of these items. They probably spent some time in a few forums. They might have researched it on Google. Maybe they were in before and talked with another salesperson. Or maybe they read some blogs. Who knows what, you know? But at some point in time, they got educated about what they're going to buy. And so your goal is going to be to educate and then capture as many of those educated buyers as possible. And so how are you going to go ahead and get more of these educated buyers? How can you have 10 of those people walking in your door every day? Or how do you get 100 of those people to walk in your door every day? The answer is pretty simple, and you probably already know what it is. You educate them. And you do this with information products. You know, history has shown that people do pay really good money for information. And, you know, we all know that there's a bunch of different ways you can go on the internet, but let's have a look before we get into making your product here at why information products are such a good way to go.